why do we are ambitioning for this year an event that may reach the 1,000 people across tens of camps? As you can imagine, this is a very huge logistical effort, but it's also an opportunity for being created and include community in the process, because we as a core team, we cannot do everything alone. So we have this opportunity that I think every festival in the world takes over, which is to open the space for volunteers to come and being engaged and being part and feeling belonging to an experience that creates a lot of things, creates connections, creates really important bondings among people, creates wonderful experience in giving, receiving, being keen, being grateful for life, for dancing, and so on. And I will love to go a little bit to an extra, to the extra mile here, because I also have volunteers in probably tens of projects and or festivals, and I also been seeing how much volunteers are usually not not rewarded or maybe not validated that much. So that's why I'm presenting today a way to give an extra push, an extra motivation that might even come with some tangible value. Okay, for that, I'm going to explain later about the model. This is not the moment to make questions because this is going to be explained more in depth during this presentation. But we are starting to use this software that is called Hypha.earth to issue, to mint what we're calling community credit tokens. Tokens as a form of digital value, as a coin, let's say. And these are just coins that will recognize, digital coins that will recognize your participation. And at the end of the day, if we are actually able to generate a surplus for the event itself, this might be redeemed for future value after we close our accounts and we validate that we actually have green numbers to share with our community. Again, I will talk about that more in depth later. So where are the areas that you guys can contribute? Is not only on site. Sorry if my voice is breaking down or something, please interrupt me and let me go, because otherwise I will just go and probably just talk to myself here.
Sounds good. Mostly good.
Anyhow, where you can contribute is not it. Sounds good. Sounds good. We are also needing some online contribution, especially in community, social media, and most importantly, as Melissa mentioned before, in terms of finding a land. But I have a special slide for that later. But these are just the, let's say, the traditional areas where we are needing contributions. While we move forward with the project, we might find new areas to explore. And here, I don't want to distract you to go to this document, maybe for later. But yeah, we're creating a document to trace the tasks that we want to do and that we will share with the people that will actually move with this process forward and confirm that they want to be a gathering contributor. So we are designing few tires, sorry, and this is just to bring some orders in the way that we are going to reward people. This is basically to avoid that so many people will come and they will pretend that they will be actually working, but at the end of the day, delivering zero to low value to our organizations. So we really want to see people that are engaged in a level that they will reach around 20 hours a month of collaborations, meaning 5 hours a week, we can say. And for them, we are, especially for the most committed people, we are willing to assign them leadership roles for people that are actually engaged and want to be very present during the event itself. We will give them a voice in our governance. Voice is not the same as voice and vote. We will talk about that. We may talk about that later, but we want to give the collaborators the full package. A way that they can receive tokens, they can also have access to the event tickets as well as receive vouchers. Again, I'm going to explain a little bit more that in detail. And then for people that are open to contribute, but maybe not that much, we might limit maybe their participations in terms of how we are governing our fund. And we might also limit their access to event vouchers and the tickets, depending on how we are actually going to see that these people will be contributing. And for people that, yes, they show willing to support and they may be coming to some task and they might actually do some, I mean, they might be coming to some meetings and they might actually do one or two tasks. It will be something like, great, thank you for your support. And thank you for that. So we cannot promise more than a huge thank you and a huge hug when we will see each other in the gathering itself. And now I think this is when I'm going to, now I'm going to start to explain about these tokens, these digital coins that I've been talking about. And they are just an instrument for community recognition. We are not placing this as any financial security, neither guaranteed cash equivalents. We want to be very clear with this because we want this to be within the how you call it, within the boundaries of the Portuguese law. So we are going to explore something that might indeed mean an access to a distributed participation in the community surplus. But as this says here, this is a community gesture. This is not a financial return or contractual entitlement, meaning that if the gathering has a significant surplus, we might actually share some value with people that will be still holding these tokens. But if not, we might not, and that should be okay. And we want to be really clear with that we cannot promise anything in return. We are just giving our faces here and our promises that, guys, if everything will go good, there we may have some cake to share with each other. But not only, I mean, these tokens may be also redeemed for having a festival ticket, not only for yourself, but maybe also for one or two friends. Also, that is something that we will be needing to define during the process itself. We don't have all the response today. And if you guys are starting to have questions, this is amazing because this will be part of what we might start to discuss today and in the following weeks. And also we've been seeing that it's feasible to offer event vouchers so people can spend this credit at foods or maybe at other vendors' stalls during the event. Okay, so in order to create the needed trust for us to say, hey, these tokens might actually have a value, we are how to say this? Yeah, we are proposing these two components here. On the right side, you see the current treasury and income, our financial plans. I'm going to start sharing a little bit about that more in detail if there is enough time. But we want to be as transparent as we can be with all the money that is coming in and with all the money that is coming out. And from the other side, we want a trustworthy platform that can account for the value that each of you will be giving to us, meaning that if you will give during the first month 10 hours of work, you will start receiving a correspondent amount of gathers. Gathers is the number, is the name of this token that I've been talking about. And before I move forward, I'd like to make a stop here and probably connect with you guys because I can be very excited about these topics and disconnect from you and not knowing that you are actually following me good here. If you have any questions so far, maybe it's worth we make a brief pause here and open the mic to you guys.
There's a hand.
There is Daniel. Daniel, yes.
Hi. Yes. It's wonderful. Love DAOs and what they do. And I'm just curious, because obviously this is a big change from the one I experienced before. This lots more incentive here. And has there been a kind of a desire for this from the outside? So it's almost like to call it gamified is slightly a slightly negative word, and I don't mean that really, but it's is there a need from the people you've been speaking to that might be volunteers to have this kind of quite comprehensive structure?
I'm not sure if you're actually making a question or you're doing a statement, Daniel.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a question. Is the structure you put in place, the DAO and everything like that, what's the motivation for that? Did you find that it was getting people were getting upset that it wasn't transparent enough? Have you had a lot of complaints? Or is this? I mean, I love playing with this kind of tech too. I just wondered if it was where the motivation for doing this was coming from.
Okay, where's the motivation coming from? Yes, that's a more easy way to frame that question. That's great. I wouldn't say that it's coming from any frustration, actually. I mentioned before that it was related more for my proper experience on how I've been seeing volunteers in the space. And I'm not talking about the gathering specific, but about the regenerative ecosystem in Portugal. There may be actually some frustration that a lot of people are working there and they are not seeing the fruits of their efforts. Okay. This is one thing. And from the other side, we have the tech today. Me personally, I've been in Web3 for 10 years already. And this is just an opportunity to actually put in place amazing technology for an amazing purpose.
Yeah.
There is finally some clarity with MiCA law for cryptocurrencies in Europe, and this is allowing us to do so. Like for me, for distributing surplus with community, it's amazing if they are actually bringing value to a common enterprise, and we have a mechanism to give them value back.
Yeah,
let's do it. Also, we've been in conversations with people from Hypha. They are offering a special treatment to us, and we want to play. This is fun, and we want to play. Like, that's also part of the motivation.
And I'm curious. I mean, I'm very much on the periphery. I'm not sure if I would actually volunteer much, but I would put in a few ideas maybe somewhere. But I'm curious about someone who would really want to work on this. Is this attractive to you? Because I'm just curious around, is it the question for me is like, is this going to be attractive or is it going to be confusing? I mean, like, I played with DAOs. I've been in DAO projects. I've set them up. I've loved them. Great. And it's also quite complex sometimes, and to just get on and do things.
I'm with you there. And I've lived in my own flesh how confusing this may be when you're introducing these ideas to people that are not in that space. And that's a good point to do. For what, and in the way that I'm proposing, not only the strategy and the structure itself, but also the way to relate with this, I just want to stress on the human connection. Like, hey, we are 3 people in our core team that we are starting to be trained in this Hypha tooling. We are going to be the ones governing the DAO itself. We're going to be the ones minting the tokens, assigning the tokens, sending the tokens, and so on. And we're going to be the ones at the end of the day that are going to do the technical parts in order to redistribute the value, if there is any other value to redistribute. And I'm not wanting to clean my hands here, but in a way that I want to, because there are legal implications here. So I just want to be clear that I'm not over promising anything around, but we are willing to abstract people as much as possible from the technicalities of what a DAO is. Actually, I was cleaning everything from the DAO naming. Like, I've been in DAOs for 10 years, and today the last thing that I want to do is to speak about DAOs. And I want to abstract ourselves away from DAOs terminology. Alex, you have a question. Alex.
Yes, we're talking about Hypha, so I thought maybe I could add a comment. So Hypha, for those who don't know me, I'm Alex Praet, one of the co-creators of Hypha. And I want to reiterate that in our point of view, we are not a DAO. We are something else. We are a technology that allows coherence and value exchange and collaboration. And the way we manage the complexity, Daniel, is by creating different spaces, smaller spaces, really intentional spaces, as part of a broader organization. So imagine the gathering, for example, global, and different, spaces for different events. And the benefit of setting up this structure is really to organize ourselves before the event, during, and after as well, so that the impact can last, and really make sure that the impact is strong. So we are implementing at the moment, and that will be available for this event, a coherence part where we have AI supporting the participants with signals to identify blind spots, risks, opportunities, And also we are including the conversations directly on the platform, meaning that it's possible to connect the decisions with discussions that you have, amongst the organizer of the event. So I stop there because I don't want to derail, but I wanted just to offer this perspective. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Alex. So last call for any other comment before I continue.
Just one thing is I'm kind of interested in collaborative documents, chat rooms where people can talk together and see what's going on, not necessarily participate, but see the infrastructure of how things are organized. That would be interesting, I think, and useful to when that's exposed. And I'm in projects where that's just totally public. It makes it easy for people to go, yeah, this exists, and I can step in, put a nudge, that kind of thing.
Okay, and I'm going to cut you there because that's not the subject for today, but thank you in any case for bringing that. Okay, let me just continue to here. So how do we are valuing this gather, this stock that we're minting with Hypha.earth? So first of all, again, the gators will give you guys access to festival tickets. We'll give you guys access to event vouchers with a certain limitation. Again, this all will be governed by the core team, depending of the capabilities and how much tickets we will be sending, how much effort and need we will actually need. There are a lot of variables that we don't have control of them today. So when we have a better vision, we may be in a better position to actually define how many gathers festival tickets will actually grant, how many festival tickets we can do with that. And the same for event vouchers. Like we don't want one person, for example, to have more than 200 heroes in a voucher because we really want to avoid secondary markets of vouchers in there because someone just have too much and then they can take advantage of that. So we need certain areas of control there. And the rest, if you're asking how we are going to distribute, again, if any surplus at the end of the festival, it will be a matter of just dividing the total amount of dollars that we have in our surplus by those gators that were not redeemed for any of these other two utilities like festival and event vouchers. How are we going to do that? Maybe Alex, this is something where you guys will be willing to help us for the technical part. This is like should be the top priority slide for us, but for some reason I just put it here at the end. And this is a please, guys, we need fucking help from you guys. Like even with the fucking word in the middle, because we are really in an urgency here today that we have had the goal this year to scale up the gathering to 1,000 people. Then the last one were 600 a couple of years ago. We want to grow, we want to make it bigger. And this has been actually costing us because it has been difficult. It has been hard for our team to find land with this kind of requirements. We are kind of our last week to diminish our requirements here. Like I'm personally pushing the core team to guys, if we don't find this land for 1,000 people by the middle of March, let's go more humble, but still let's go something. Let's just find some safe terrain where we can do it and let's go for that. So even if you're reading here that we need permits for 1,000 people and stuff, and if you find something more humble, we are also open to talk about that. You can help if you know landowners in Portugal, if you are connected to Quinta networks, if you speak Portuguese, if you have research skills and you know how to look for spots that may be difficult to find in Portugal. We also need your help. Melissa, please raise your hand. Melissa has been our land lead here, and he definitely needs someone with her to share ideas, to counter think on this, on how to move forward and so on. And also here, like if being from this way, we are also considering to give you guys a really considerable thank you with our Gators token. It won't be something huge, enormous, but it will be actually something very significant in relation to the amount of tokens that we are actually going to share later. How to become a collaborator. So the first step is this is what you have done today here, coming to this and being in this meeting. There is also this form that I'm sharing with you guys here. This is just a print screen on your left. You can find a QR code, and here, down here, also let me just copy and paste this for you because someone will prefer this. I know that. Let me just copy and paste this for you. Where is the, I'm going to not chat. Here it is. Okay, so in the chat, you find a link to this test, and I'm also going to share the link of this slides. Maybe you guys are interested in the slides. So just to, before I finish, let me share with you that we want to publish this video that you are, today is of course in real life, is indirect, but we are going to publish this video online to work out loud, to share this to our broader community of potential collaborators. And also want to share some really good news with you guys, because we've started our crowdfunding campaign a couple of weeks ago. We're making use of this Artizen.fund that is basically like an Indiegogo, but with Web3 version, meaning that they have extra incentive to push people to contribute and do something greater for the community. And look, we have, oh, I didn't know this. We have a new boost, meaning that, the first one is a competition that if we sell the most artifacts during the boost, these guys will give us extra 60K. It sounds difficult to believe, but it is what these guys are doing. Like, these guys are sponsored by companies like Consensus, Microsoft, and the top crypto invest hedge funds. And they are burning a lot of money in their go-to-market campaign. So, and part of that is actually coming to the gathering. Like 23K of these 34K that you see in here are coming from this boost. And this is what is allowing us to be optimistic, that not only we can do a very nice gathering this year, but we can also make some surplus that we may be able to share with our community. We also need you guys to help us communicating about this crowdfunding campaign. What is it doing? What the boost means? Where does money coming from? Why this seems too good to be true? and so on. For example, this in this 2x for every dollars that comes in, um, they will put another extra dollars. And by the way, this is not only well, this is like very similar to a traditional crowdfunding campaign, where instead of perks you have rewards. For example, you can, if you put $218, you will be acquiring a ticket to a ticket to the gathering. And I'm just doing an activation things of the vouchers, because this is an agreement that we have put here, that when there is boost, we will put these vouchers up to sale. So this is also another way for you guys to collaborate with us, to come to this thing. And if you're planning to go to the gathering and maybe you don't have the plus $200 today, but if you want to put $10 for buying a voucher for you to spend during the gathering, you can do it. And by the way, $10 is a 10-euro voucher, so you already have an incentive to, because it will be kind of a discount for you. Why we're doing this? Because we're activating these vouchers only during boost time. So if you put $10, we will receive extra 10, so you will be subsidized by Artizen, as a matter of fact. Let me just share this with you here. And let me come back. By the way, are you seeing my yes, you should be seeing that. I know. By the way, this is the very end of my presentation. With this, I can't finalize here today. Thank you guys for your attention. And yes, if you guys want to bring more questions, to want me to be specific or something, or even to bring suggestions, ideas, whatever, we still have around 20 minutes to have a free chat over this.
Hey, I'm curious
Hello,
about I'm curious about the money that you're raising and the goal of it's 54,000 at the moment. Is there like a significant budget of that to go towards like renting a venue for the event? Like, so that there's, you know, this can, if I was speaking to various people about being able to host, you know, what can I say is the exchange, for example?
Yeah, I mean, that money is going for the gathering. Like that money is going for organizing the gathering, which of course includes the renting of the venue, and will include the water, the electricity, the vendors, the DJs that we're going to hire, the building, the infrastructure, everything that we will go there. Like, let me share a little bit of the.
But I can answer this, Gustavito. Hi, Dylan.
Please.
So, well, first of all, the budget for the gathering is way higher than the 50,000. That was just the goal for the crowdfunding, because then we also have revenue from ticket sale, right? And about the budget for land specifically, what we have budgeted for 1,000 people capacity venue was like 15,000, like Gustavito is sharing it right now. 15,000 just for the land. And then we also have a budget for like water, electricity, like water cistern generators, toilets and showers. So it really depends on how many infrastructures the land already have, because this budget of the 15,000 can go a bit higher if it's or like a land that is already prepared, or a bit lower if it's like a empty land. Yeah. but that's the more or less parameter.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Melissa. Ger or Jer? How should I pronounce your name?
Sure, but anyway, it's fine. Thank you. So, hi everyone. I wanted to ask about the land searching, which I think is the priority right now. Like, do you have any document of the places that you have already like discarded or something like that, so that we can like double check if we search or whatever to not just pass all the information and maybe filter it a little bit?
Yes, we do. Gustavo, do you have the link you would like to share, or should I send it?
I have it here. I'll put it in the chat so everyone can have a look at it. And it also has an overview of the requirements for 1,000 person festival. So you can have a look at that as well.
Cool, thank you.
Audrey.
Hi guys. Quick question on the camps. Where are you guys in the camp process? You have camps that are committed. Is there an open butterfly camp this year? When are the camps going live on the website if you want to participate and join one of them? Yeah, all of that. Camp questions.
Well, I couldn't hear the first part of your question, but so at the moment we are still contacting the camps that have participated in the last year edition, so we are not yet planning the rest of the camp outreach, but for sure we'll have a butterfly camp as well. We are still now that you mentioned, like, because we had a conversation on one of the global nests about the process where when people buy the ticket and like if they choose the camp already when buying the ticket as it was before, or if they choose it on a later stage. So I guess that's still a bit open.
Yeah,
But on top of that, yeah, go Audrey. Go Audrey, no go Guy. Sorry.
Thanks. No, and we have a couple of camps confirmed already, and we tested the waters and like had conversations with camps, and enthusiasm is there. Like it's been great to talk to people. So yeah, things are moving forward in a nice way. And again, for everyone who doesn't know, Audrey and Victor organized the previous two gatherings and did a lot to build the brand and made it into what it is now. So also that thanks. And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you guys. Sorry, I had a really bad connection. But yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, huge part.
Yeah. I was just saying I'm asking because I'm excited to start speaking to people and motivating the troops and so on. But I just wanted to get a sense first of whether anything has changed in the process in terms of creating a camp and inviting people into it.
Yeah, like what I've been witnessing, like our main limitation has been the land. Like this thing about not having a land committed has been slowing us down because how do we go to camps? We don't have a date to communicate. Where are we inviting them to, and so on. I already had a lot of informal questions with some people, and those things are coming back, and I don't know how to respond to that. So I'm like, eh. But either how, what Guy mentioned before is completely true. I mean, tribes like the TDF one or the GaiaNet one, they are already communicating in their platforms. We are going to the gathering this year. it's happening. Feel stay tuned because we're fucking going and I'm using fucking too much, but that's okay. We're in family here.
PDF doesn't
Why
have enough
not
space.
host at DDF? That's not huge land for that. No.
Yeah,
If
too
we
small.
are doing a 200 size event, maybe it will be already too packed, but hey. Any other question?
What infrastructure do you need on the land? And have you looked at where rainbow gatherings have had before, been based before, or whether other festivals have been based before?
We haven't looked at that rainbow gathering, so thanks for the tip.
Random.
And about infrastructure, I think Guy shared a document if you want to see like really detailed information about that. But it's imagine like basic infrastructure that you would need for 1,000 people event, right? Like obviously electricity and water. But then if the place already has facilities like showers, toilets, this kind of stuff, it would make it easier, but it's not mandatory because we can just bring containers in, right? So it's flexible. But have a look at the document and feel free to reach out if you have like specific questions.
I hear a little bit of silence. I'm curious to hear from you guys as well. If you're interested to share your vision for the gathering, why you decided to join this collaborator call today, and maybe where you see your story fit into the gathering. Open question to anyone. Anyone?
Sorry, I hear you very low, and I missed part of your question. Can you repeat, please?
Yes, of course. No, I'm curious to hear from you guys how you see the gathering and how you see the vision of the gathering and what we're trying to do and like how you fit in into that story and what you want to contribute.
Okay, thank you. Okay, maybe I can relate. I am in a public space, so I don't know if you can hear all the noise around me. If so, just let me know, and I will be short. So I was a participant in the Gathering 2024, and for me, I could say it was life-changing. I really got a lot from it. All the connections, all the workshops, the whole experience was amazing. And since then I felt like I would like to be part of it. So yeah, I saw your communication that you were looking for collaborators, and I thought it would be nice to come and see what are your needs. So I see myself in, sorry, wow, the noise. I see myself in different in different topics where I could help. I'm also wondering right now if you have already checked the Boom Festival, if you have contacted them.
I will, yeah, I assume you have. I will check your document. That's why I'm not asking. But yeah, I'm also, I have a lot of experience in communications and social media, smaller events, management and production, coordinating people and volunteers, and just project management in general. So yeah, that's what brings me here. I'm very curious about your needs, and also wondering if I will have capacity or how much capacity I will have. Yeah, but that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing. That sounds really nice, and I think we can definitely receive your help. Thanks. Anyone else?
I can talk a little bit. I'm currently based on Argentina, so I'm quite far away. But I'm like trying to move my focus on human connections and creating and how we create together. And I'm planning to travel through Europe and mainly Portugal this year. So it's like the event is like really fits in what I want to share over there. I think it's a great place and opportunity to get in touch with a lot of interesting people. So I think that the best way to go into that and to learn mainly is to be near and to help in whatever we can. So on my side, I'll try to contribute as much as possible. I think it will be a great experience from this point on all the way up to the event. So thank you very much for putting it in this way and opening it for everybody to be part of this.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I'm also really excited about the gathering this year. 24 was a really monumental event overall in my experience, and I think in many people's experience. And yeah, really, yeah, thank you for doing this call. This has been great. I'm also wondering, like, besides the campaign to find land and the fundraising campaign, what are current needs from the core team that people could help with?
I can say a few things. Probably my colleagues will complete all my inputs. But for example, social media engagement, Instagram, even Facebook. We would like to activate Facebook, although many of us don't use that. Going there to Facebook and also Twitter, maybe something that where we will need some action and engagement. Engaging with camp leaders, activating a process for camps to feel includes, for them to understand how to build up the camps, how to go and recruit people to come. That's another part. We may also need help with finance, with accounting. Like right now, I'm one of the ones responsible for taking tracings of the accounting, and this is something that I don't love to do, and I would love to have someone supporting me doing that. Please, if you are an Excel magician and know how to deal with that, please come and help. What else? Gee, you are more savvy in terms of event production. Maybe you can share more things there.
Event production. Yeah, thanks. Event production for sure. We're gonna need a lot of hands during the event itself and the build-up. I think that's one of the most exciting times of a festival, starting small and seeing it grow together. I know there's people really interested in joining for that. Yeah, and I think like most importantly, this is something that will evolve and grow over time. So like these are the things that we mentioned now during this call is what's on our mind now, and next month it will definitely be something different, and it will grow with the phase that we're in. So that's why we want to keep you guys informed as well, and make sure that yeah, that we've seen you, that we know that we meet each other in this way. Yeah, because like it will change, but yeah, super thankful for having you guys here and wanting to contribute, and also like to see what you guys want to contribute. Maybe there's things that we haven't thought about yet, or that are super welcome. That will be just really a nice addition to the gathering, and I'm sure that your input is going to be super valuable in that sense as well.
Maybe one question is, what's the like duration ideally that the gathering should have? Is it 3 days? Is it 4 days? Is it 7 days? Are there preferences?
Yeah, it's gonna be a week this year.
Okay, cool. So 7 days.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and this is something like 7 days is gonna happen for sure. And once we find the land, and with a little bit of luck, tomorrow we got it, or we got like a big step. That's when we can communicate all these things, and have a clearer story that we can share with everyone.
Yeah, but that's great to know, 7 days. So if when we're looking for land, we're looking for land days. So that's, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis. Can you hear me? Okay. So I haven't been to any gathering event, but I know about the gathering because I have Melissa as a close friend, and she's been presenting me and guiding me through what's happening and how can I contribute. And I came to this video call and meeting to see in which way I could fit in. And I have some questions that are like so last gathering, how so how early were you on the land to build things? So when did the physical like work started to happen? This is my first question, because I'm I'm an artist and I'm a creator, and I do decorations for festivals and for other and I like to build structures and help with the visual part of the festival, like the physical. So I wanted to see how I could fit in, and if this is something you are searching to help to build the festival.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds really nice. Thanks for sharing and for offering. I mean, again, we don't know exactly how much work it's going to be. It depends on the land. If there's all the facilities are there, it's going to be a little less. If there's a lot to organize and to structure, then it's going to be a little bit more. But I'm seeing at least 10 days before the event starts to be on site and to start building. Would that be enough to build something beautiful for you?
For sure, I would. For sure, I would be very exciting to be in the field, yeah, helping to build and make something more beautiful and expensive. for the community. So I just wanted to know if I would have a place for that, or if, yeah, basically that's why I'm here. Also,
Yeah, nice. Thanks. That would be amazing.
thank you.
Okay, guys, we are already 5 minutes over the time, and I'm super willing to go to sleep because it's really late for me.
Gustavito, I'm
I
sorry to
see
interrupt,
that
but
Ger
Ger,
is
yes,
having his.
yeah,
Yes, I seen that, but I'm trusting you, Meli, Yugi, and you, Victor, will take care of that. Me personally, I thank you guys, and I'm going to love you all. Bye bye.
Thanks so much, Gustavito. Thanks for organizing. See you soon.
thank you.